Thank you. I just saw Nicole's message in the chat. Happy Wednesday, Winsday. I like it. Anything that says win, I like it because that's my last name, right? Welcome everybody. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Ellen Wynn. I'm an independent broker. I've been with DAC since June of 2018, and it's my honor and privilege today to be your quarterback, to share an inspiring message and also our funding story of the day. If this is the first time you've ever joined us on a huddle, welcome. If you're watching us on replay, thanks for plugging back in and catching up on what you have missed. But you want to make sure you grab a pen and paper. Anytime you attend a Zoom with us, it's a learning opportunity. So come prepared to take notes. We do these huddles Monday through Friday every week, led by the corporate team and a independent quarterback in the field. And we do these to help inspire you and build your belief in DAC, belief in the product, belief in the company, and belief that you're in the right place with the right company with the right leadership. So let me get into a funding story real quick, and then I'm going to share my perspective and my message for the day. Okay. So today we have a freight hauler trucking company out of Pennsylvania. The broker is Global Resource Connections, LLC. And this particular client operates a trucking company and urgently needed capital to purchase a chassis for his business. He'd been renting one at nearly $20,000 a month, creating a significant strain on his cash flow. Now, while the client had strong credit and solid revenue, the trucking industry is one of the most challenged sectors to fund in the revenue-based financing space. One reason is a lot of times we see an owner-operator, and if that one truck as an owner-operator goes down, then they're out of business. So they're really difficult to fund. But fortunately, that's exactly where the Bank Breezy funding platform excels. By leveraging our extensive network of lender partners, we secured a $50,000 approval. Although the client only accepted the $40,000 that he needed, which was a wise choice, the funding was structured at a 12-month flex rate program, and we successfully funded the deal yesterday, allowing him to move forward with purchasing the chassis, strengthening his business and cash flow, and not draining that cash flow with that $20,000 a month rent that he was paid. Again, this was a freight hauler trucking industry that received $40,000 funding. Okay. All right. So the title for today's huddle, my message is something to look forward to. And as I look at DAC, some of the benefits that we have that set us apart from others is one, there's no cost to be a broker. And also, there's no cost to someone applying with us for funding. The business gets to apply. We don't do a hard credit pull. In very rare circumstances, if they end up going to Giggle, there's gonna be a hard credit pull before that client gets funded. If they're on the Bank Breezy side, we never do a hard credit pull unless there's a unique circumstance, and in that case, the lender would always let the client know that there's going to be a hard credit pull before it gets funded. So we're unique in the platform itself. If you were on and heard Wade share the story of a client that had been overdrawn and overdrawn and overdrawn, but because of the power of our platform and our relationship with our lender network, we're able to do some things that most people could not get accomplished on their own. So we're in a unique position to help folks. But back to my something to look forward to. In our funding stories, we often present the scenario of asking a business owner and getting them to think outside the box, asking that business owner, what would you do if you had an extra 10,000, 20,000, 50,000, depending on the industry, right? What would you do if you had an extra $20,000 in your account? What could you do with that money today? Could you start a new marketing campaign? Could you hire more employees? Could you add a patio to your restaurant? What are some of the things that you're being held back from accomplishing because you don't have the money that you need to move forward? So we get our business owners to think outside the box on that by presenting that scenario. Well, today I want to take a different approach to that same question, only directing it towards you. What would you do if you had an extra 10,000, $20,000 or $50,000 in your bank account right now because your DAC business was paying you. So, as we look back at statistics, I know I tried to find it and I couldn't find the exact number, but it used to be that an extra $500 a month was the make or break point for a home, a family today. And that was $500 is what they typically come up short on paying their bills versus what their income is. But I did find some specific statistics on the Federal Reserve website, and that says that 19% of adults spend more than they make, and 30% are at a break even. They're spending exactly how much they bring in each month. Okay, so that means that 49% of Americans are either short or spending every penny that they earn. So I would assume that probably 50% of you that are listening to this Zoom today may be in a similar situation. So I want to pose that question. What would you do if your DAC business were generating an extra $500 a month for you to get you above that break-even point that the 19 or the $500 a month makes a difference, right? And if so, what if you had an extra 1,000 coming in, or an extra 2,000, or an extra three, five, or $10,000 a month coming in because you made a decision to get started with DAC? I find that my success with DAC has come simply out of me being consistent. I made a decision 8 years ago that I was going to work DAC and that this was going to be a long-term play. So I was thinking of how would my life be different if my DAC business were producing passive income? Because when I first got started with DAC, I was running a limousine business, which I still have. But it was very actively involved on my end. And I was looking for a passive income stream. And I saw that opportunity here with DAC, being able to get funding clients myself, but also be able to build a team and a network of agents across the country, so that as those folks get fundings, I have the ability to earn an override as a team leader and the one who started the team, right? So I saw that, and I've been looking forward to that day from day one when I got started with DAC. And little by little, step by step, with me being consistent, as in consistently showing up, consistently listening to the message, consistently plugging into the Zooms, the message that DAC and David Rutz have, kept me inspired and motivated. And if it wasn't my own story, I was listening to someone else's funding story where I had something that I was looking forward to imagine that, okay, one of these days I'm going to have a client that gets a $40,000 funding. And what's that going to do for me and my family? So I just want you to think about that in that perspective today, instead of what would that business owner do? What would you do with that extra cash in your account? Whatever you're going through in life, I have always found, in fact, I was having a conversation with a friend earlier that's going through a really difficult time in her life. And as we were ending the call, I said, hey, what have you got to look forward to? What are you looking forward to doing right now? And she said, well, I've got this coming up and this coming up. And it changed the tone of the conversation as we were ending. So I want to get you thinking about what you can look forward to. If you're planning, or if you're not planning, you should be planning on going on our American Opportunity Challenge and getting on that cruise. Guys, I've talked about this before, and you can't imagine how this can be a life-changing experience, not just for you to go out and have fun and meet other people, but change your experience with DAC, being able to go on this. So I challenge you to write down what it is that you look forward to and what would be different if you had that extra money in your account, or if you were hitting the numbers and going through the challenge that we have posted there in the training center, in the resource center, where you can see all that you need to know. There's a flyer in there, PDF that you can download on how to earn points so that you can earn that getaway cruise at sea and our convention at sea and go for free, right? Even if you don't go for free, it's only $100 right now. And I encourage you to create that something to look forward to. Go put your $100 down, book a room. You've got that deposit down, and you have until December the 15th to completely pay off that trip. Or if life happens and something happens that prevents you from going, you've got until December the 15th to get a full refund on whatever you put down. But go put that money down and have something to look forward to, not only the convention at sea and being able to connect with all the other DAC brokers here that are going to be going on that and the company leadership, but also be looking forward to how is that going to impact my income, and having that extra 500 or 1,000 or $2,000 a month in my account. What would be different, and how would I be doing things differently if I made a run for this challenge and decided that I wanted to earn this trip? You're going to earn the trip for free potentially. Plus, think about all of the things that are going to come into your account because you got your own clients and you've got a team that are producing and generating income towards your goals. Okay. So with that said, write down what you're looking forward to and how your life would be different if you had that number, and you create that number, whatever it is. It's your something to look forward to. With that said, thanks for listening. I'm going to pass it back to McGuire, and I'm sure he's going to remind us about our leadership Zoom this afternoon. Thanks, McGuire. Appreciate the opportunity.
Thank you so much, Ellen. Great perspective today. And I just wanted to mention two quick things, and then we'll get going here. I just put my email in the chat for anyone who's having any issues in any way of getting to the local leader meeting today. We want everyone that wants to be there and plant their flag definitively to grow their agency. So if you want to be there, send me an email. We want to make sure that everyone gets there, but we also want to make sure that there's some accountability when we say that it's in a training and you get it, from accessing that training. So it's a, push and pull thing. But if you want to be there, send an email. Go ahead, David.
McGuire, let me just throw in real quick. I can't turn my video on because I'm moving right now, but
No worries.
I literally just hit send as Ellen was talking about it and as you're promoting it. So an email went out again to everyone who subscribed as of right now. So if they're already part of the local leader list, they'll get another email today. I had 4 or 5 reach out to me privately today saying, "Hey, I just registered today. When will I get the link?" So it was sent now. We'll send it again at 2 p.m. So if anyone wants to be on that and you've not gotten that email, you need to be part of the local leaders registration list. You learn how to do that through our agency expansion training in the LMS. So watch that training. It tells you how to do it. It is a prerequisite. You can't get on that until you've gone through that expansion training. It is a prerequisite, required prerequisite. So watch that training if you haven't already. That tells you how. And as long as you're done by 2 o'clock, you will get an email at 2 o'clock Eastern with the link for 2:30. It is a private email with a password, or private link with a password. So look for that. It's not the DAC Zoom link. It's a private link with password. Email was just sent. It'll be sent again at 2 p.m. Eastern.
Beautiful. Awesome. And
great job, Ellen. That was awesome. Good stuff.
Absolutely. Very much agreed. Just to clarify one more thing, because this is something that we did clarify, the cutoff date for the to pull out from the cruise is the 13th of December, not the 15th. So got to make sure we stick that going forward. It is in the flyer updated and everything as well. So we got that. Great job today, Ellen. We're all good in the chat. Make sure everything is good so we can bring this home and we'll get out and rock the rest of it today.
Awesome. Well, thank you. And I had the 13th in my notes on that, McGuire, and then everybody else was talking the 15th, and I thought, well, maybe I misheard. But again, guys, I see the love and I appreciate the love in the chat, but I just want to love on you guys and let you know that it's possible. Anything is possible if you make your mind up to do it. So take today's message seriously, write it down, write how your life could be different and something that you have to look forward to because you made a decision today to be intentional about building your DAC business. Have a blessed day, everyone. We'll see you on the next Zoom.
Hey, Ellen, last closing moments here as we get out for today. Harlequin made a great point. We did put this out, it's live, but the funding special for July is a continuation of the restaurant industry. So it's live. We have the flyer out. David's showing it on the screen right now. It's live. It was sent out in the Funders Fuel. So if you guys are getting those Funders Fuel emails, make sure you look into that as well. But to answer that, it's a continuation of restaurants. It's been very promising, and there's a lot of activity. So we're going to continue that for the month of July as it's summer. Places are going crazy with activity. So rock on, guys. Appreciate you so much today, Ellen. You are phenomenal as always.